Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing and hopefully finishing Jack Skellington from the Disney's Nightmare Before Christmas crochet kit. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So here, you guys, is my Jack Skellington. It is really flimsy, to say the least. They really should have devised a better way to do the wire. I think it would have worked if they if you could build it simultaneously as you build the wire so that it's one continuous piece. But let's move on ahead here. We've got the head, the face, we've got the body, the arms, the hands, and the very long legs. So today we're going to try to finish the rest of Jack Skellington. And we're going to start off with the shirt. We've got the collar, the tie wings, and the coattails ×2 to finish this off. So I can imagine that this will be a shorter video than the last two. So thank you so much if you went and saw those videos, even if you're not a crocheter and you just showed up for support. I really appreciate that so much. I know these videos tend to be long sometimes when you're trying to build these things, but playing it out definitely helps me out. I really appreciate that, really. Okay, so let's start with the shirt. With the white, we have to chain 8, skip the first chain from the hook, single crochet 7 and turn. So let's cast on to our hook. So you want to take your ring finger and your pinky and your thumb and hold the end of the yarn like that. Then we're going to take our index and middle finger and hold the yarn about 1.5 inches away or 2. And we're going to grab our hook. We're going to lie it perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to make this loop. And I'll show it to you again, guys. So lie it perpendicular to the yarn, go down, out, and around to make a loop. Then I'm going to take my middle finger here and just hold this where it's at, so I can let go of my left hand here. Then I'm going to gather up some yarn. And what we're going to do is pinch the end of this yarn piece here, the excess yarn, and we're going to slide the hook towards it. Once we get right there to the bottom, I'm going to take my left hand and pinch right where that's crossing. So thumb and middle finger pinches where it's crossing, so you keep that nice loop. We're going to do a yarn over, and we're going to pull this through the loop. And before we do anything else, I'm going to overhand my needle. I want to grasp the end of the excess yarn with my middle finger and thumb, and I'm going to push this knot towards my thumb and keep pushing it down till you can't push it any further. And once you hit that point, then you can take your middle finger and thumb and pull out that little piece to tighten up this knot a little bit. It doesn't have to be too tight. Now I'm going to grab the knot and slide it towards the hook. You want to leave a decent amount of space, like that. And we're going to remove, oh no, I'm thinking we're changing colors. And then we're going to do the shirt, which is chain 8. So let's gather up some yarn. This is how much white I have left. So comment below, let me know if you have the same amount. I do loose stitches, so I tend to use more material than these kits intend, because sometimes they only give you the bare minimum. So but so far so good. Hopefully this will last me the whole project. Okay, so let me just wind this up in my finger. Now, like I say in every video, if you need me to slow down or speed up, click on that gear button in the corner. There should be a playback option and you can speed up or slow down as needed. If you're a more visual person, click on the CC button, that's closed captioning. You can lower the volume on your phone and hit that, and you can just read along and see what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're going to do 8 chains. So we're going to yarn over and pull that through the loop. That's 1 chain, and that's how easy it is. We just have to do 7 more of these. So yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. So now we have 3 of these. I'm going to do this 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have our 8 chains, and look how pretty it is. It always reminds me of braided hair. This is the front side, this is the back side. It's got those humps. Look at it sideways. You can see the humps. Okay. So now we have to skip the first chain from the hook and do 7 single crochet stitches. So normally you would go on the top loop when you do your stitches, but I like to maintain this pretty braid. You never know what's happening, so I'm going to put them in the back loops, these little humps here. So what we have to do is we're going to skip 1 because it says skip the first one, so that's this hump right here, if you can see that, and then we're going to put it into the next hump, and I'm going to do a single crochet stitch. And how you do that is you put it into that stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So we have our first single crochet stitch. Let's do that again. So again, I'm not using the front loops of this braid, I'm using the back loops. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 single crochet stitches. Let's walk through this one more time. Into the next stitch, put it in the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to do this 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you can tuck this end piece in, that would be great. So if you can like work your stitching around it, like flatten this down like that. We're going to yarn over and then pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So we have our 7 single crochet stitches. So it says do 7 and then turn. So turning is literally just turning. So now we're looking at the back side. Okay, so now for rounds 2 through 4, we have to chain 1 and do 7 single crochet stitches and turn. So let me just get my markers out. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and then we're going to do 7 single crochet stitches into the first stitch there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we're going to do this 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So I'm marking this so that I know that this is row 2. We have to turn, and we're going to start it all over again for round 3. So do a chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, then we're going to do 7 single crochet stitches into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, so now we have to do this 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of mark these after the row, so I know that I'm going to be on row 4. I probably don't have to mark it, or maybe I could because now we're doing more, so I don't know, we'll see. Alright, we got to repeat this 1 more time. So turn, yarn over, pull up a loop, then we're going to do our 7 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So I'm just going to mark it anyway, because this will indicate that we got to do round 5 next. And I'll just remove the other markers because now we're starting a new set of instructions. We have to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So for rows 5 through 9, we have to chain 1, do a decreasing stitch, single crochet until the end of the row, and then turn 2 stitches at the end of row 9. Okay. Well, let's hope for the best. All right, let me gather up some yarn here. Right, I'm just like tangled up on my yarn here. Okay. Okay. So we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to, oh, I just turned. That's how I'm so used to doing it that way. But okay, so chain 1, decreasing stitch. I'll show you how to do a decreasing stitch. What you want to do is we're going to stick the hook into the first stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then we're going to stick the hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that's a decreasing stitch. It's taking 2 stitches and turning it into 1. And then we do a single crochet stitch at the end of the row. So I have 5 single crochet stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm just gonna leave a marker here. Okay, then I'm going to turn. I'm going to chain 1, and then we're going to do a decreasing stitch. So into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops for a decreasing stitch. Then I have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. I probably should have done the math on this. 2, 5, 6, 2, 4. Yeah, 4 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then I'm going to mark it. And then I'm going to turn. We're going to chain 1. And then we're going to decrease. So into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Now we have 3 single crochet stitches left. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to mark this off. Okay. Then we're going to turn it. We're going to chain 1. Then in the first stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, okay. Then we're going to mark off. Turn the project. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then the first stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet stitch. And so now we have 2 stitches left, as they said. And then we're going to have row 10. Is this it? Okay. Okay, so let's remove all these markers. We have 1 row left to do. I'm so glad they did it separate. I mean, I get why they some kits have you build the shirt into the project, but that's really complicated, switching back and forth with colors per row. But anyway, Okay, so we're going to turn the project, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do our last decreasing stitch. So into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And then it says fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing. Sew the shirt to the body with row 1 positioned over round 46 of the body. Okay, so let's get a long piece here. And I'm gonna try crocheting the shirt on, but let's fasten this off. So yarn over and pull all the way out and tighten up that knot, and let's work on sewing this on. Okay, so where we switched to the white, as I found out yesterday, this is round 47, so 46 is this right here. We're gonna lay this, I want to put the nicer side up on top, so I guess we're sewing technically my voice, man, it's like squeaking like I'm like 13 and a dude. Sorry. All right, I'm going to weave this. So, and I'm a righty. No, I'm a lefty. I don't know what I am. So just grab, you know, it's kind of like just eyeballing at this point, but at least they give you a number as to where to begin. So row 46 it is. So this is what I'm going to do. Go up the shirt this way. Okay. You know, it's funny because I've got the theme song, or not the theme song, the song that Sally sings stuck in my head. I swear, I always hit my camera. I mean, I hope I'm laying this down straight. I mean, you know, like even. I don't know. I hope this is actually enough to go all the way around, to be honest. Well, I just want to make sure that it's already not, but I'm gonna pull it. Pull this sucker. Fake until you make it. Hit the camera again. So I made this point be more like a rectangle. Oh man. But whatever. We get the point, right? Let's see. Well, I can fake a V. Let me see. How would I do this? Yeah, let's fake it. And if not, I'll undo it. Let's try that again. Alright, well, I guess I could continue doing this, but then I'm realizing it should look like this. And it's already like, it's already uneven. So let's just undo this. I think it's harder to see because it's a dark color, so you can't really gauge very well how you're supposed to lay this down, but I'm just going to put this in here. We're going to fasten this off like that. Just finding a moment to kind of put this in there. And then I'm going to cut this down a bit. And then I'm going to come back in here just under the surface, come up where the excess yarn is, and then drag it down into the project so you can hide that piece. And then of course you can fish your way out of here. Just don't pull any of the stuffing out. Alright, well, I did the shirt. Took longer than it probably should have, but it's alright. We got it on there. Okay. So next we have to do the collar. And now we're going to switch to black. This is how much black I have left. Hopefully I have enough. I have more of my own black, so in case I run out. But alright, so this collar has, it's weird. Right piece. With black, chain 15, skip the first chain from the hook. Slip stitch one slip stitch, and then 2 single crochet stitches, and then half double crochet 11 times to equal 14 stitches. Okay, so let's help you out with that because that was a little much. Again, hold the end and then hold apart the yarn. We're going to lay this perpendicular, going down, out, and around to make the loop. So we're gonna hold this in place, let go of the yarn, wrap some around your finger. We're gonna pinch the end here, put the hook down further towards that thumb. We're gonna pinch where it crosses, and then we're gonna yarn over, pull a loop, then we're going to pinch the end here, and then push the knot towards the thumb. Once you have a stopping point, then pull the excess piece out a little bit to make the knot snug. We're going to slide the knot towards the hook, and then we can start our next piece. This is the right piece of the collar. So we're going to do 15 chains. So we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 3. I'm just going to do this 12 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you should have 15 altogether. You can count back to make sure. 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, do I have 16? Let me see. 3, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. So again, we have our little pretty braid, and then we have the loops in the back. I'm going to work with the loops in the back. You can work with the loops in the front if you want. So we have to skip the first chain from the hook, and then we're going to do a slip stitch. So skipping this one, I'm going to put the hook into the second chain using the back loop, and we're going to do a slip stitch, and all that is a yarn over, and then you slip it through both loops, and that's a slip stitch. Then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, And now we're going to do 11 half double crochet stitches. So let me show you what those are. Those are actually my favorite. You're going to yarn over. You're going to stick your hook into the next stitch. Then we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that's a half double crochet stitch. Now we have to do this 10 more times. Yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, 9 more times, yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so now I just have to do this 8 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a little thread that I missed. Okay, last one. 8. Okay. So it says that we have to have 14 stitches in total. Let's just double check that. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Okay. Fasten off, leave a long tail for sewing. So I'm going to cut this. And we're going to fasten this off. Now we have to make the left piece. So again, we're going to do the same thing we did, casting on a loop onto the hook. Then it says chain 16, skip 2 chains from the hook, 11 half double crochet stitches, 2 single crochet stitches, and a slip stitch, 14 stitches altogether. Okay, so let's do our 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then you always want to double check. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. Okay, so now we're going to skip 2 chains from the hook. 1, 2, Then we have to do 11 half double crochet stitches. So yarn over, we're going to stick our hook into the third stitch using the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. We have 1 half double crochet stitch, we have 10 more, yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Then we have to do 9 more, yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then we just have to do 8 more of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So now we have to do 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and then we have to do a slip stitch. Okay. Fasten off, leave a long tail for sewing, sew the collar to the sides of the shirt. Ooh, and it didn't tell us where. Fasten this off. Tighten it up. Okay, so we have these 2 pieces. It's crazy how we're sewing these. Alright, so we're gonna have to figure this out. It says, sew the collar to the sides of the shirt. Let me just flip this over and see a close-up. Not that that helps. This is where it's difficult. Exactly how do you want me to sew this on here? It doesn't even look the same. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, the collar. This. Oh, shoot. I didn't give myself enough, I don't think. Man. Alright, let's put the tapered part down here. So it'll go like this. Man. All right. And I'm just crocheting it because I don't want to have to whip out a sharp needle if I don't have to. But if you find it easier for you to do that, then by all means use Actually, I'm thinking I need to use it because it's really, you know, you really want to get up in there. All right. Let me grab my needle and I'm going to sew that in there. Oops, did I not put this through? Okay. If you've gotten this far making Jack Skellington, giving you a lot of props. This thing is just no quick and easy thing. I'm actually going to give this to my sister once it's done. She loves Nightmare Before Christmas. I was looking at this thing and I was like, what the heck is this? What do you mean sew on the collar? Took me a minute to think about it. Comment below if you knew what they were talking about. Because I clearly didn't. I think I get so wrapped up in these that I kind of lose my train of thought. Alright, I'm going to try to tie this off somehow, some way. Okay, and then I'm just gonna grab my hook, come up near the excess piece, and then just drag this down in the project. So I got one collar down, one more to go. So see how it tapers? Even thinking about putting it this way instead of this way, because this falls out on the outside. So I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so grab your first part here. I'm going to stick it right here in this corner. Drag it into there. Okay. Then I'm going to take my needle. Now, I'm going to sew this guy right here. That didn't come out the way I wanted it. Just failing. Okay, sewing the collar on. Next. Okay. Tie center with black. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough black, but I think they did give me, wait, what is this? Is this my black? This is actually my black. They did give me this. I don't know what this is, but I just had this off to the side. Maybe it was something I was doing before, but I'm gonna do what the manufacturing people do, except I'm going to tie it this way to put these two yarns together. Let's do the tie center. With black, chain 2, skip the first stitch from the hook, 1 single crochet and turn. So I'm just going to cast on, and once you do this over and over again, you kind of end up becoming faster at it. Comment below, let me know if you've been following my videos for some time now, and if you can remember, comment whether how different you are from when you started to how you are now, because you always notice a difference. Okay, so tie center, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to skip the first chain from the hook, 1 single crochet stitch and turn. So skipping 1, we're going to put our hook into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So we have our single crochet stitch and turn, which is crazy. This is mad tiny. Okay. Then we're going to chain 1 and increase and turn. So chain 1 into the first stitch. We're going to do our increasing stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. To increase it, you stick your hook into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches, and it says to turn. So now we have to chain 1, do 2 increasing stitches and turn. So chain 1, and then into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into that same stitch for an increasing stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches. We have to do 1 more increasing stitch into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 4 single crochet stitches, and we have to turn. So for row 4, we have to chain 3, skip the first chain from the hook, slip stitch 1 stitch, and then a single crochet 1, skip the first single crochet of the row, 2 single crochet stitches on the main row, repeat the part in parentheses, slip stitch in the last. Wow, let's break that down. Okay, so we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to skip the first chain from the hook, and we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. So we're skipping 1, slip stitch. Hold on. That was the alarm to feed Dexter. Let me just finish this part here and then do 1 single crochet stitch. So okay. All right. Skip the first single crochet stitch of row, and then 2 single crochet stitch on main row. So skip 1, we're gonna do 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2. Okay. Then repeat the part in parentheses. Chain 3. We have a knot here. 1, 2, 3, which kind of sucks because it's out there in no man's land. But we're going to skip the first chain. We're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. And it's just going to have that knot. How not convenient. And then we're going to do a single crochet stitch. I know, buddy. Single crochet stitch. Okay, so I repeated in parentheses, slip stitch in the last stitch. So here's the last stitch. I'm going to slip stitch. Okay. So here's the tie, I guess. Fasten off, leave a long tail for sewing. Let's fasten this off. Right. Tighten it up. Using the tapestry needle and white yarn, embroider the eyes with straight stitches. Sew the tie to the top of the shirt. So I guess we're doing eyes on this, and it's going to be sewn on top of the shirt like that. But let me feed the beast first, and then I'll come back and we will finish this up. Okay, let's sew on these eyes. Just gonna grab my needle. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not great at this. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to just tie this together. And cut this down. Okay. And then we have to sew this tie center, leaving long, okay, border the eyes with straight stitches, sew the tie on top of the shirt. So you have to sew this on top of the shirt. Okay, so top of the shirt. So I guess like this. Okay. All right. Okay, cut this little short. Take our hook. Alrighty. Got our tie. Man. Kind of off. Oh my god, help me. All right, now we have to do the wings. All right. With black, man, this is how much black I have left. And it's not even a whole piece. Let's see, what does it look like? I mean, I'm gonna try, you know, why waste black yarn? So I'm gonna tie these together and then hope for the best. We do have that wad of black yarn for some reason. It's a different texture. I don't know if it's tightly spooled is why, but it just feels different, so I don't want to use that if I run out. I think I'm just gonna use my own black yarn. All right, with black and leaving a long initial tail. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to use this. You see, it's like really tight. Like, why is that? I don't even know how to unravel this. Oh. Oh. Hello. Is it the same yarn? I mean, it's clearly a different size. Alright, let's just use this. I don't know what this is for. It's there. But it's definitely a different size. But because I don't want to... Oh, I hate that. Look at that. I don't want to have my pieces look different, and the other yarn is just, there's just not enough. So we all know that we're gonna end up having to, you know, add more yarn, and this is a different size, so I'm just gonna use this one. Okay, let's unknot this. Oh wow, there's another knot down here. Comment below, let me know if you've tapped into this yarn yet. It's really secure. Like, I don't even... What is happening? Okay, I think I know what's happening. Wow, this video. Well, it's still gonna be less than the other videos I had put out, but it's definitely not short. My goodness. What's tying this knot? Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm through. Alright. With black, I'm leaving a long initial tail. Chain 3. So, leave a long initial tail. I'm going to leave this long. I'm going to chain 3. So, we're going to start this like we normally do. So, down, out, and around. We don't have to worry about the excess piece because it said a long tail. But we do need to start our cast on. So here I have it cast on. Long tail. Chain 3, 2, 3. We're going to skip the first chain. Trying to get my yarn here. I hate this. This is one huge mess. I would go ahead and turn this into a ball, but I hate that. Not loving this last leg here. Okay, let me just gather this up now. All right, we chain 3, skip the first chain from hook, then we have 2 single crochet stitches and turn. So skip the first chain into the second next stitch. We're going to do a single crochet stitch, and then we're going to do another one. Okay, so we have 2 single crochet stitches, and we're going to turn. Then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches and turn. So 1, 2, and then turn. Then we're going to chain 1. We're going to do an increasing stitch. Then we're going to do a single crochet stitch, and then we're going to turn. Now for rows 4 and 5, we're going to chain 1 and do 3 single crochet stitches and turn. So chain 1, 3 single crochet stitches, then we're going to turn, and then chain 1, 3 single crochet stitches, okay. Now for row 6, we have to chain 6, skip the first chain from the hook, do a 2 slip stitches, 3 single crochet stitches, 1 slip stitch, and then on the main row, 1 slip stitch on the main row, chain 7, skip the first stitch from the hook, 2 slip stitches, 4 single crochet stitches, slip stitch on the main row. Okay, we're gonna have to take this by pieces. Chain 6, skip the first stitch from the hook, 2 slip stitches, 3 single crochet stitches, 1 slip stitch on the main row, and then we're gonna have 3 wing tips. Okay. Oh, we have to make 2 of these. That's great. All right, turn. I forgot to turn. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, skip the first chain from hook, and then we're going to slip stitch 2 times. So skip this one into the next one, slip stitch into the next one, slip stitch. Okay, then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then we're going to do a slip stitch on the main row. So into that first stitch, we're going to slip stitch. Okay, then we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to skip the first chain from hook and then do 2 slip stitches. So skip 1. On the next one, we're going to do a slip stitch, and then we're going to do another slip stitch in the next stitch, and then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we're going to do a slip stitch on the main row. So into that next stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch. Okay, and then we're going to do chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going to skip the first chain and then do 2 slip stitches. So skip the first chain, into the next stitch, do a slip stitch, into the next stitch, do another slip stitch. Then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in the main row. So into that next stitch, do a slip stitch. So we have 3 wings. Fasten off and weave in the end. Sew the wings to the side of the tie. Alright, so I'm just going to do like 1.5 inches or so. Okay. And then I'm going to yarn over and fasten it off, pull through the whole thing, tighten it up. It says to weave it in this now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and weave in and out of my stitching just randomly. Okay, I'm gonna pull this yarn in and out of those stitches you went through, straighten it out, and I can continue this even more on the other side. They just want you to hide that excess piece. And if it's still too long and choose to weave it, I'm just going to cut it. Okay. Now with this long tail here, we are going to sew it to the side of the tie, but we have to make two. Let me come back and we'll have two to sew on. Okay, so we have our two pieces here. We got this, we have to sew them on the side of the tie. So I guess like this, and like this, or like this, and okay. Okay. So guess I can use my hook and I'm just going to weave in the sides. Okay. And I don't know, I'm just gonna tuck it back here. Guess you didn't need that long of a right? Okay. Just gonna cut a little piece off here. I mean, leave like an inch or so. I'm gonna come up from underneath and drag this piece towards the back. Okay, then we have to do one more. Same thing we did on the other side. And drag this in there. Oh man. Oh. Okay, so now we have the wings. I can't with this. Alright, so now we have to do the coattail and we have to make 2 of them. Alright, so I'm just going to gather up more black yarn here. We are almost done, you guys. This is the last part. I don't know about you, but I am ready to watch the movie and not have to make the characters of the movie. Alright, with black and leaving a long initial tail. It's got myself a long tail. We're going to chain 3 and then we're going to cast on like we always have done. Okay, now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to skip the first chain from the hook and do 2 single crochet stitches and turn. So skip the first one and we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and turn. Okay, then for round 2 we're going to chain 1, do an increasing stitch and then a single crochet stitch and turn. So chain 1, increasing stitch in the first stitch, 1, 2, then we're going to do a single crochet stitch, 1, and then we turn. Okay, then for round 3 we're going to chain 1 and do 3 single crochet stitches. So chain 1, do 3 single crochet stitches and then turn. For round 4 we're going to chain 1, do an increasing stitch and then do 2 single crochet stitches and turn. So let's chain 1, an increasing stitch, 1, 2, then do 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, then turn. Okay, so then for 5 and 6 we're going to chain 1 and do 4 single crochet stitches. So chain 1 and do 4 single crochet stitches and then turn. We're going to repeat this again for round 6, row 6, chain 1 and then do 4 single crochet stitches. Okay, and then turn. So now for row 7 we have to chain 6 skip the first stitch, chain 6, skip the first chain from hook, slip stitch 5 times, slip stitch 1 on the main row, then chain 7, skip the first chain from hook, slip stitch 3 times, single crochet stitch 3 times, skip 1 stitch and slip stitch on the main row, then chain 6, skip the first stitch from the hook, slip stitch 5 times, slip stitch on the main row, and then we have 3 fringes. So let's do this piece by piece. So let's chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to skip the first chain from hook, skipped 1, and then do 5 slip stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do a slip stitch on the main row. So into that first stitch we're going to do a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then we're going to skip the first chain, and then we're going to slip stitch 3 times. So into the next stitch, 1, into the next stitch, 2, into the next stitch, 3, and then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we're going to skip a stitch and then do a slip stitch on the main row. Now I wonder if that means, because that would be on the main row, so skip this one and then slip stitch in this one. Hopefully that was right. We're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we're going to skip the first chain from the hook, and then we're going to slip stitch 5 times into the next stitch, 1, into the next stitch, 2, into the next stitch, 3, into the next stitch, 4, into the next stitch, 5, slip stitch 5. Okay, and then we're going to slip stitch on the main row. So yes, that worked out. Okay, so now we have 3 fringes. It says fasten and weave the end, and then we're going to sew the coattails from this end to the body just above the legs, and we have to make 2 of these. So let me just cut like maybe an inch or so. Gonna fasten this off, tighten it up, then I'm just gonna weave this in and out of the project. Okay, and then if there's still stuff left, I'm going to weave it on the other side as well. Okay, I'm gonna cut this little piece off. And then off camera, we're going to do this one more time. I'll come back, we'll sew in the last 2 pieces, and that will be it for this video. Okay, these are my 2 coattails. They need to flip this way. So we have to sew these 2 in the back of the body, just above the legs. So here's the back of the body, just above the legs. Oh my gosh, you guys. Someone help me. This is cuteness overload. I can't believe we did this. I mean, it could be better, but not bad for a first time pass. So I'm just going to weave this in and out. There's one. Oh my gosh. Sorry. This is just really working out. I'm gonna try maybe tying it together and then fishing it inside the body. So yeah, let's put this one on. I love how it just blends. Okay, then I'm going to take these 2 ends here and I'm just going to tie a knot. Twice. Okay, then I'm going to cut off. Maybe leave like an inch or 2 on here. I'm going to come in just under the surface, come up right underneath it or next to it, and then drag it all back into the body. Labor of love. Okay. And we're just going to readjust everything. But you guys, oh my gosh, look at the coattails. And it blends. Oh my gosh. I wish I can show the whole thing. Let's close this book because it's pretty much done. Making sure. Yep, Sally's next. Okay, you guys. This is my Mr. Jack. Oh my gosh, look at that. Down to the coattails on the sides here, on each side. And down to the legs. But look at this. Gasp. Oh my gosh. Let's just, yeah, do that. Can I have him wave hi? Hi. Like, I don't know what it's doing. But this is it, you guys. My little Jack Skellington. Leave a comment below. Let me know how yours turned out. It is flimsy. I'm not a fan of that. If I were to do it again, this is a soft gauge wire. They sell harder gauges in a hobby store. So I would get maybe a thicker or harder gauge. What else? My stitching was a little just trying to get it done type of idea, so that could always be neater. But I'm really proud of this guy. This is large. So if you're giving this as a gift, what a gift indeed, because it'll look like it took you a while, but heck, it took me what, 6-7 hours. Oh man. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate you going through these videos. If you're not a crocheter, I really appreciate your support in watching these videos. Play it out. It definitely helps me out, and I greatly appreciate your support. And if you are a crocheter, keep at it. Don't give up. The first one's gonna stink. The second one will get better. The third, the fifth, and maybe up to the 10th, it'll look super perfect. But that's the nature of the beast when you do anything and you're learning the skill. At any rate, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.